Allow the two
It's okay. It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay. Off your mind.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, Maiyegun don't come. Him go torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Can in the touchlight every corner, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Sure. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. Still them talk say make we off mind. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. This one not they off in mind, oh, yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh, yo yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Maiyegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Maiyegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say Maiyegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, man of the masses, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Maiyegun diary Politico, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. This man not the off in mind, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. Aha. Now you not done here, all these bad politicians, them we call themselves politicians. Where they thief our money, we no want make the common man get waiting supposed get for this country. And I never hear something. Now go hear one, Maiyegun, you go show na paper. Maiyegun diary Politico. So my people make you shout, oh yo yo. Maiyegun don't come, oh yo yo. My people make we laugh, oh yo yo. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary na you be number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ dódódódó. Maiyegun diary na you be number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé. Presido bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa bí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Maiyegun ti dé.
Hello there, brethren. So good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and a good evening to you from wherever you are joining us in this brunch time. It is brunch time with Maiyegun live. And thank you very much if you have already shared this. Remember that after reading the caption of the broadcast, read the description of the broadcast, like it, hear it, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them that Maiyegun today. And the brunch time also gives you the opportunity to call in, right, anytime, in order to probably express your own views on the subject matter or the topic, anything. The number is right there, scrolling on the screen, scrolling there, right? And it is a WhatsApp call only. Just a reminder, don't call it directly. So thank you for joining me. I don't know how many of you have actually received the news, possibly majority of you joining me right this hour. I've received the news of the conviction of the Finland-based, self-made or self-proclaimed Prime Minister of Biafra, government in exile, Simon Ekpa. You see, for those who are good observers of things, especially those who knew how all of this started, it is probably not even a surprise, right? For some, that he ended this tragically. However, it is good to take a bit of a stock. How did everything ended here? You know, about 4 years ago, right, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped by the murderous regime of Bukwari, that triggered more or less like opened a new chapter in the struggle for the advocacy for the Biafra Republic campaign. And of course, prior to that, a young man named Simon Ekpa emerged on the surface. It all started from when Nnamdi Kanu granted him or appeared on his Facebook, live, where they had a chat about the activities of Nnamdi Kanu, the Biafran struggle, and why everybody should be on board and all that kind of talks, especially most of Nnamdi Kanu's, projections, or as some would say, prophecies, telling everybody that the Fulani terrorists and their sponsor, they are coming. And as much as it may sound so alarming to a lot, especially the Igbos, right? It is still very much, something that they shouldn't wish away. And if you remember very well, the main enmity to Nnamdi Kanu's campaign in Nigeria are not the Yorubas, not the Hausas, not the Fulanis. The main antagonists of Nnamdi Kanu's advocacy, they are Igbos, the Igbo politicians, who mounted all kinds of, tricks first to try to intimidate him. It didn't work. They tried to bribe him. It also didn't work. Then they used the big stick by criminalizing the advocacy for Biafra. And of course, they did have some of the other, some of like the ignorant Igbos who felt like what happened in 1966 should not be allowed to happen again. So in their mind, they just have to, remain quiet and obedient to the contraption, which is contrary to what Nnamdi Kanu believes in, right? But for so long that Nnamdi Kanu has been preaching, as much as many people considered his style of preaching, right, his message or the way he delivered his message, got some of them more angrier than the message itself. However, Nnamdi Kanu never called on violence on the Igbo people. His entire work is based on protecting the Igbos. What are those things Nnamdi Kanu did? As much as some Igbos would say it was because of Nnamdi Kanu's advocacy that brought the military, invasion to eastern part of Nigeria, that statement is not true. In fact, part of what motivated Nnamdi Kanu's campaign for the independence of Biafra was mainly because of this level of systemic marginalization, all right? Militarization of the eastern part of Nigeria, harassment of civilians and all that, not to talk of the general consensus, an unwritten consensus that Igbos will never lead Nigeria. Igbos will never be president of Nigeria. So as an Igbo person, right, he was like, no Igbo man should be interested in leading Nigeria. In fact, if there's any mission or any kind of like ambition for an average Igbo man, Igbo politician, it should be to make the move on the peaceful dissolution of this contraption. Yeah, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talks tough, no doubt. He's been able to use what he has, which is his voice, to probably like project not just himself, but the Igbos in such a powerful light, you get what I mean, that they cannot be intimidated, they cannot be cowed, and they will not bow. Just his voice, right, sort of like trembles the supposed powerful criminals in Nigeria. There was never any harassment. People were, subscribing, joining the IPOB. It became like almost like a political movement, if you want to call it that, across Igbo land. Nnamdi Kanu became so powerful that with his personality, right, when he was invited to the Igbo, what do you call that thing again? Igbo World Union or something, or World Congress in America, he categorically told all the Igbos there who were living in America that something is coming. This was like about 11 years or so ago, 11 years before, the criminals in Nigeria decided to kill him. So he told them that, listen, you may not believe me, but I really want you to believe me. Mind you, this was just before Bokwari and his gang started their onslaught, as well as the ethnic cleansing in the southern part of Nigeria, from the middle belt part of Nigeria to the entire southern part of Nigeria. When Nnamdi Kanu raised the alarm that, listen, you see, you know what these guys are up to, right? They have brought in armed terrorists, Fulani terrorists, and they are going to send them all over the place. In fact, they are already in most of part of the southern part of Nigeria. So the only language that the Fulani terrorists understood back then, he said, and still understand, I believe, was that it's that of violence. They don't do negotiation with them. You don't sit down and say you want to do peace talk. No, 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 no. But the moment they know that you are capable of the similar violence they are bringing to you, they will change, they will detour and face somewhere else. This request, I believe, was actually the reason why Nnamdi Kanu had a target on his back years before he was finally became their target when he landed in Nigeria. The point here is this. For those who liked him, for those who didn't like him, nobody can associate violence with Nnamdi Kanu. Nobody. Okay? Oh, he talks stuff. He abuses tribes. He abuses this. You know, all that stuff, right? Just the same thing he says about their leaders in Igbo land. Is the same thing it says about the criminal leaders from other part of Nigeria. But somehow, there was never any time anybody in the eastern part of Nigeria would say, oh, some group of people came and they said they are IPOB and harassing them. Never. There was never a single incident until when they kidnapped him 4 years ago. And this young man, Simon Ekpa, surfaced just from the blues, took advantage. And why? What happened? Nnamdi Kanu, among all the things he did, is human, and he's not without error too. Among every good things and all that Nnamdi Kanu did, he possibly didn't just put a succession plan in place. As much as the IPOB, as they are known, registered, legal, like sure you get. So they have what they call their rankings, but Nnamdi Kanu shielded all of them from the public, and it became the face that everybody can possibly, put a target on. And that singular act gave this usurper, chancer, called Simon Ekpa, a chance to fill in the gap, took advantage of the gullible ones among them, those who are so passionate about the fact that they have invested their time, their hope, their money, and, physical stuff, mental stuff into the realization of Biafra. He started promising them what Nnamdi Kanu never promised anybody. First, he said he is a disciple of Nnamdi Kanu. He used the title for few days or few weeks. Then he said, oh, he's the one man, like he's a 50 man in one that Nnamdi Kanu was asking for. So if he's capable, then things got worse, got really, really horrid between the known IPOB members, their leadership called the DOS. So when Nnamdi Kanu got kidnapped from Kenya, like I said, an opportunity. There's a lady that Simon later posted a nude on social media, by the way. So there's this lady who was so vociferous, like she was like a shark. He was just laying accusation left, right, and center. They knew who sold Nnamdi Kanu. They knew how much they collected. This was the selling point among these idiots around that time. Anybody, they would just drop a name. And before you know it, like ants or bees, right? There's online troll and the rest of them, they would just begin to troll that person. It was that bad that for the first time, IPOB, supposed IPOB members, and those who are like naturally Igbos, right? And somehow they were really never interested in Nnamdi Kanu. But seeing him, they said, oh, he's a firebrand. He's full of action. He started promising things, ridiculous things. That Baba, they were so serious. They were raising money. Now, initially, you would think, oh, yeah, he's doing well, raising awareness and the rest of that, But it got worse, like I said. They started taking on those who are the members of the DOS in IPOB. And they started accusing all of them of selling Nnamdi Kanu. This one collected $200 million. That one collected $100 million. We know how much you collected. They were posting people's pictures on social media. Everyone is accused. Everyone. Now, another thing. If you dare go and tell Simon Ekpa that he should tone it down, he shouldn't be doing this, you are automatically considered as a saboteur. The division was so massive that Simon actually gained prominence, right? Enough that he started presenting himself as somebody who is actually bigger than Nnamdi Kanu. But for the time being, in order to keep all the mumus that were listening to him under his control, he kept saying Nnamdi Kanu is his leader. Now, the point here is this. Nnamdi Kanu never, not one, not zero, not one, not two, right? In Igbo land for the period before his abduction from Kenya, there was never a single violence, like I said, in Igbo land, not even a single harassment from anybody that, but within a short period of time, They now said they were going to wage war against Nigeria. Listen to this. Oh. We are going to wage war until they release our leader. Everybody must sit at home on Mondays in protest. Again, he kind of like lent the rope by trying to use the pattern of Nnamdi Kanu in a way that an average Igbo person that supports him, an average IPOB person, will be like, either support is tricky, right? Or just abstain, look away. So over time, it brought a complete, ridicule towards the entire Biafran struggle. So he told them, he said he would defeat the Nigerian army, right? And they needed weapons. Where would you fight the war? The Fulani terrorists, which were the initial, the reasons why everybody needed to wake up. Our Fulani terrorists are coming to our communities. We must stand up and, I know some of you, what do you call yourself again? Biafra living in exile, deluded idiots. I know you're going to rush down here, but it doesn't really matter, okay? Because when this whole thing started, I remember how many of you personally felt like, why would the Yoruba man be talking about Biafra? They are double-mouthed. They are they are deceitful, blah, 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 and the rest. And you gullible ones are so blinded that, you allow one idiot to orchestrate what now became a violence against your own people. The last time I spoke on this, they were on my page, they were on my channel for days, right? Masturbating and the rest of that. I will still say it because I know him very well. It got so much, right, that Simon Ekpa couldn't actually really give any evidence of who sold Nnamdi Kanu. But many of those they accused of selling Nnamdi Kanu, the gullible idiot, who most of them are here now, the gullible idiots listening to him, they didn't mind that he kept changing names and changing names. Anyway, if you want to fight war with Nigeria, how sensible do you think it is, right, to let that be fought on your own land at first, right? How do you fight, how do you go ahead and kill the people that you claim to be fighting for? How do you actually call somebody your leader when you call his wife a betrayer? There's no name they didn't call Nnamdi Kanu's wife. Oh. Baba, this Olori Brukus, this Efulefu Mofos, they called Nnamdi Kanu's wife Ashewo because Simon told them to call her Ashewo. They said it was his wife that was sleeping with his lawyer, Ejiofor, and the two of them, they collected money from Nigeria because Simon told them to say that. They were asking for the paternity test of Nnamdi Kanu's children. That's how mad these mofos went on social media. Then they said he's their prime minister. They started their government and they were telling themselves that they are no longer part of Nigeria. They've left Nigeria. It is Biafra Republic now. And these lunatics, most of them don't live in Nigeria. Majority of them don't live in Nigeria. But back in Nigeria, there were also division among the supposed ESN and DOS, kind of, not DOS, but the ESN supposed foot soldiers who were commissioned to stay in the forest, go after the supposed Fulani terrorists that are, terrorizing the states. That was the reason why they set up the ESN. But you know what? Immediately Nnamdi Kanu got kidnapped and this whole thing gone to the shit and all that, right? These guys turned themselves into the homeland criminals. Nnamdi Kanu sent a video message. First he sent, kind of like his lawyers to go tell Simon, you need to, to tone it down. This is not really helping. All this, your declaration and the rest of that. You know what he told them? These mofos. He told them that he can't take an order from somebody in detention, in DSS detention. And they agreed, right? They said that, I can't take order from somebody in detention. So to detach himself from Nnamdi Kanu, but at the same time, continue to use his name, continue to use his picture, destroying everything that is he built and all that. They were watching everything. Some of them, like you are reading the comment will tell you. When you are reading their comment, you will know who they are. These are supposed to be Biafrans and Biafrans. But guess what? If you hear, no matter, that's another thing. There's nothing you say to me that will actually surprise me. There's no name you call me. Because I actually watch you mofos, right? I watch you desecrate what was supposed to be a noble cause. You were so happy to put money together and send it to some thugs, armed criminals in Igbo land. They were not going after Fulani. No. It was so totally, he said it is now war. Do you understand? He said it is now war. How do you fight war that you don't have any resources of? How do you fight or initiate war on your own land? So you know what they did? They now changed to anybody who is against it. They started giving people names to these guys. Simon Ekpa will go on his social media, announce names of people that he called, saboteurs, betraying them. This one betrayed Nnamdi Kanu. And guess what? This murderous terrorist in Igbo land, right? Working for him. They will go after those people. Not only that, if you're a police officer, a military or a uniformed man in Igbo land, you will be targeted. Now, what happened? We were saying all of these things, and sometimes I'm like, God damn it. So people said maybe it was being sponsored by the people in Nigeria. No. He's so worthless. Some of you overrated him. He's so worthless. He's not more than just like he called himself a content creator. You know one thing, people like us actually have a chance of, receiving contact, messages and what have you from the least expected places. And all depends on whatever it is that is going on or trending. Simon Ekpa saw an opportunity. The Umuada, the women who stayed in America, donating most of the money, right? They are called the Umuada. They are the matron of his own new group. So he said he's not IPOB. He's Biafra government in exile. He said he is not ESN. His own is BLA, Biafra Liberation Army. So they have these thugs, these criminals in Igbo land, especially in Okigwe, in Imo State, right? They called one General Gentu Yahoo. Another one, they called that one something General Kiniko Makeup. These are a bunch of local kidnappers, terrorists, right? Who claim to be fighting for their people, right? So they said that people should sit at home. They are fighting, they must release our leader. Your leader was is locked up in Abuja. Do you understand? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is locked up in Abuja. There was never a time that Simon or any of his followers or in his group actually went to attend Nnamdi Kanu's court trial. Not once, not ever. You get that now? But everything starts on social media, ends on social media. Why their local terrorists are terrorizing the people in Nigeria, in Igbo land? Okay, you don't need to take my word for it. Because you can easily say Nigeria don't pay me too. They don't pay me. Some of you said I'm jealous of him. There was a time some idiots said I was jealous of him. Just by calling them back and say, hey, this thing is not going to end well. Right? He is such a dafty that the first time he came on to Maiyegun's diary Politico, they're like, invite him, most of you that invite him too. So he came on to Maiyegun's diary Politico. I don't know how many of you remember that conversation here. Right? The time when he was telling us that, the Fulani cow meat, they don't do jazz on top arm to take the brain of the people away. And that's somebody who lives in the Western world, in Finland, for God's sake. He came on here and I never really brought him back. So I was wondering how that's someone that is so empty like that was able to actually really have so much people that believes that he's going to declare Biafra from Finland, and they believed it. They had the Congress or whatever it's called, or summit in Finland, where he declared that Biafra is no longer part of Nigeria. right? And he, Simon Ekpa, is the Prime Minister in Finland. So what happened? The Finnish authority received the Nigerian government, what do you call it? The Nigerian government petition that, he's been using his platform to promote this and that. Okay. And then that led to an investigation that lasted for a year. And indeed, they found out that it's true. So you can call me names. Let me tell you this. See, Umidada, I am Maiyegun. Okay. People like you need to let that your anger out as well. All right. So there is a moment of reality. And most of you may not even understand the damage is done, because right now he succeeded in making those who genuinely believe in Biafra at the time to start having like, how is it going to be now? Now that it has become so. The leader of the IPOB, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself, sent a personal message to Simon Ekpa in a video. The rubbish team. You know what? They were even waiting for Nnamdi Kanu to be released before they would deny him and say, well, maybe he's been compromised in prison. These useless mofos. Like I said, most of them don't live in Nigeria. And for the ones who live in Nigeria, they are recruited to be kidnappers, extortionists, and I have evidence. I do. Right? However, let's start with this. When he himself detached himself from Nnamdi Kanu, this was it.
You see, whatever I am doing today has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He did not give me the order. And I've made it very clear. We exonerate him from everything we are doing today. That particular thing has been made very clear to the public, including to the Nigerian media. I am fighting on my own, leading the Biafra government in exile. You see?
Nuisance, Lele.
That's it. So he lived that deluded imaginary life. He made it. He sees himself as somebody who is leading the millions of Biafrans, by his declaration. Latuarino, don't worry. I was prepared for them. I expected them to come. If they don't come here, how do you think they are going to let out their frustration? They will call me names. The Mofo sent his guns after Nnamdi Kanu. How many of you remember that when Nnamdi Kanu listed the names of people that are pretty much like a credible, reliable, that Biafrans should go and listen to? He gave them names of all these Biafrans and all of them on social media. And in the midst of that, he mentioned Maiyegun's diary. Right? Oh, go and follow Maiyegun. He's an honest person, very straightforward and the rest. They don't mention Simon. For 2 days. They forced Nnamdi Kanu to say, yeah, Simon Ekpa, Simon this and that. So it's not new. But the bottom line is that, guess what? I actually don't really see you. I pity you. Do you get what I mean now? Because gullible people like yourselves who gave him money and expected that you also have Biafra in Finland or wherever you think you have Biafra. So if you don't see yourself as a mad person on his own, so why should I get mad or get offended that you are here right now typing your frustration in my comments for Simon Ekpa that is going to jail for 6 years for killing Biafrans? Do you kill people that you are supposed to be protecting? Baba, this is terrorist. They will go in, shoot people, kill people, make videos of it, burn trucks, burn cars, and all of that. Ekpa will go on and put it on his social media and he will be dancing. And he will tell them that woto woto, will give them woto woto, woto woto master. He is celebrating killing his own people. Right? They will see security guys, maybe not the civil defense, guys who parked here, doing their usual illegal work. They are Igbo, so these guys will come in, open fire on them, and kill them, and make the videos of it. To them, they are fighting for Biafra. They are fighting for Biafrans. They must release our leader. And yet, this lily-livered coward, right, never stepped in Abuja, the real place where they are keeping Nnamdi Kanu. They are comfortable, right? Some of them now turn to, those Fulani terrorists we see on TikTok. They there are BLA terrorists, Simon Ekpa terrorists on TikTok. Young chaps, so I'll show you some of them very soon. Here, Mazi.
This persecution of the Igbo people, this orchestrated, almost global persecution of the people stops with me. It cannot happen. It can never happen. That is why we do what we do. That is why I do what I do. I am campaigning for the freedom of my people because of the persecution that we're facing. Yes. It's as simple as that. Nothing more, nothing less.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I love my people very much and they know it. I don't want all this, anybody involved. I've been hearing about idiots talking all over the place. Some fools trying to be relevant because of Biafra or trying to use my name to gain relevance. I don't want to. I don't want any killings, no kidnapping. All this nonsense are alien to us as a people. I don't know where these animals came from. They are taking advantage of the fact that I'm in detention. But it will soon end. It will soon end. They know what IPOB stands for. IPOB is one family. Any idiot trying to leech on IPOB, trying to use the name of IPOB, trying to subvert the will of the people, our principles and our core values, that person has a lot to contend with when the time comes. You can run, but you can never hide. You can run and hide and be talking all manner of rubbish, but one day we will catch up with you.
Nnamdi Kanu said it. And he was referring to this idiot, Simon Ekpa, and his co-travelers. Right? They said, no, he didn't mention his name. I mean, these guys they are so good, right, in living in denial too. Do you get that now? So he told them, stop all this nonsense. Stop. Why is it that every time Nnamdi Kanu wants to go to court, that will be the time that these mofos will begin to commit all kinds of violence? Before Nnamdi Kanu got kidnapped 4 years ago, there was no record of any act of terrorism or violence or whatever linked to him. His traducers were worried of what he could do because they feared most of what he says. And once they look around and saw how many people are listening to him, they're actually ready to do what he wants them to do. Nnamdi Kanu never for once used his broadcast to say, oh, we are now going to start killing this or that. No, never. But the moment he got kidnapped, everything changed. Everything. Every time he's got a court date, that weekend or that same week or week prior, you will hear the report of, oh, they have killed this, they have killed that. And they won't link them to this terrorist or Ekpa. It will be linked, they will say IPOB, ESN. And guess what? It's got what is got, what he called a Birigi, something, as well as a BLA. These guys will post pictures on social media, pictures of guns, and so many Igbos were like, when did we become this? When did Igbo land become this? And some of them actually blame Nnamdi Kanu for it. There are those who believe that whatever Ekpa did, he wouldn't have done that if Nnamdi Kanu didn't exist, because, you know, they've always been looking for an excuse or reasons why they just didn't like him. Right? Young boys turned to extortionists, especially in Okigwe. Young boys. Look at this one. So, these are Simon Ekpa terrorists. Little boys. Yeah? And they are there in the forest and all of that, making videos, making threats, and the rest. And they do carry out attacks too. Recently, that one they called the General Gentu Yahoo. Shot 3 boys, you know, young boys like this. Because he accused them of using his gun to go and rob. You remember that time? This was just about last week or so, right? Now, as part of his creation, watch this.
Well, let's take a look at this shocking footage, reportedly showing the killing of 3 young men. Well, in the video, the perpetrator can be heard confronting the victims, accusing them of carrying out a robbery without his knowledge. The suspect then violently takes their lives, saying that he hopes their death serves as a lesson to anyone who tries to betray him. Well, let's take a look at this video, which has now gone viral, before we come back for a discussion. Aya, this was shocking. I know you can't believe it, but you know the story has been going around. There was even one tweet by a Jude who said that the person is named as the gentle Yahoo, and he's killed 3 of them, and you know accusing them of using his ego to rob the people against the others, and social media is claiming that he operates around Okigwe or.
To save my time, now let me answer some of you the worries that are joining, in case if you don't actually really know Maiyegun, all right? And I don't need you to admire me. No, don't admire me. I don't need your admiration. I don't need your respect, right? You bunch of, ignorant terrorists, so to say. If you don't see it like that, then I don't think you should, by any means, look at me and say you admire Bolori Brukuneni. We want you to admire him. Because I've seen things. And I do know things too. And yeah, Maiyegun is compromised. Because that's how you lunatics continue to deny this terrorism you unleashed on your people. Baba? They will tell you when they kill security guys, they will say, oh, they are retaliating the way the security have been treating their people. When they kill the innocent civilians, they will say, well, they told them to sit at home and they failed to, so they are saboteurs. Why are you looking at me like that? What do you think I give a shit about you, liking me or not? Compromised? Didn't you say Nnamdi Kanu's wife is compromised? So what do you think you're going to say to me that I haven't seen most of you made videos with so much, confidence that you've made different bogus, useless accusations and allegations against people simply because you just feel like, oh, they are not saying what you wanted to hear. So what is this? What is that thing you are going to call me that you have not called Nnamdi Kanu's family? Is that something you probably want to call me right now in your comments? That you have never called Nnamdi Kanu's wife? You Olori Brukus, they were questioning the paternity of Nnamdi Kanu's children. But on social media, you are pretending Nnamdi Kanu is our leader. Nnamdi, you lunatics. Anyway, Gentle Yahoo became a creation. And according to my own findings, right, when Ikonso, one of the leaders of the ESN so when he was killed, it was said that this Gentle something, it was said was his second in command. And he has gone rogue since then, right? However, the, what do you call it? It's like they are now easily grooming young boys, right? Just for the act of terrorism. They said those who encountered them, those who have come across them, if they stop you on the road, they will ask you to fill their car, to fill their car with fuel. They will ask you for money. They can stop the entire passenger bus and start extorting them like the criminal police and military in Nigeria, as they are doing. Now, all of this, their media in Nigeria will now report them as IPOB, when they are not. Here is one of them. They call this one, I don't know, maybe now something. No, the one is a Gentle Yahoo. Another one is a General Makeup. You remember all those funny names you get to hear from the Sierra Leonean warlords or the Niger Delta militants. That's what they give to themselves, wearing the army uniform, right? And they claim they are fighting for Biafra. No, they are not. You dumbos.
Live update, live update, live update. Dear friends all over the continent of the world. This is a live update currently happening now as I am reporting this information for Biafrans, for international communities to understand that the Biafra Liberation Army, Biafra Defense Forces are at work. We are in a serious battle with the Nigerian terrorist government. They have come with their many armor tanks. They have come with many armor tanks. We are dealing with them now in Owerri. It is happening live and direct. After the battle in Okigwe, they came to Owerri. We are engaging them match to match, bomb to bomb, bullet to bullet, iron to iron. So this information is coming to you from the office of Major General Gento de Yahoo, the Papa Okigwe in general. So I want their friends to understand what is currently going on. That is a brutal war that is going. I want the international community to understand that the Biafra Liberation Army is at war. I want all the saboteurs to understand that the men on ground are seriously in war.
Those are the kind of lunatics. You know something about them as well. And if you have observed them, they are also a bunch of liars too. Like shameless liars. If you tell on them, they will deny. If you show them evidence, they will tell you it's an old video. That's a long time. Or it's a voiceover. Or it's share you get. But guess what? Where they feel comfortable in their own terrain, you will see them dropping celebrating it. They killed 3 people yesterday at in a market. Right? You go and show that. I mean, this BLA terrorist working for Simon Ekpa. They have killed 3 people. 3 people. When they say no, it's a lie. Where did you see that? Oh, you this liar. You this Yoruba betrayer. They will call you names. They quickly attack you. Now show them the evidence. So is this your evidence? This is an old video. This thing happened in Congo. It happened in Congo. I saw this video 5 years ago. They are so slippery. They are so treacherous, and they are so shameless too. So look at me very well. I deal with people like you because your word and everything don't really get to me. And what I use your word to do is that I kind of get you right up more. Do you get that? I get you right up more because I'm currently making you type a lot of comments now. You probably have typed about 3 or 4 comments in 1 minute because you want to defend a terrorist that has now been jailed. Right? He's been jailed. And it's going to be there for 6 years. Right? And in case if you have no idea who is Maiyegun, there was a guy called Adeyinka Grandiot. I actually met him. And the moment I met him as well, I saw how empty. Baba, social media and try you. I don't lie you. There are some of these guys that when you see them on a one-on-one, you just be like, man, except if your brain is that kind of like a shallow. People like that shouldn't even be able to have an impression on you. I met him. And it wasn't long enough when he started his own campaign, or he was yet to actually start, it was yet to effect any form of terror, on the Igbos in Yoruba land, Adeyinka Grandiot. I called him out here. They jailed him too. So who is Simon Ekpa? Your Prime Minister at Yawiri. Now you have terrorists leading themselves as what do you call it? Biafran Liberation Army. You must agree with them, or else they will call you a saboteur. People they kill. Papa, it was reported that when you get to some of these their camps, you've seen some of those videos, decomposing bodies and the rest of that. Nobody will see that and pretend that it didn't happen. It happened. And who are the owners of the bones that you saw in their camps? They are the bones of their fellow Igbos. Those they kidnapped and then possibly decided to kill if they can't pay ransom. And then they will turn around and tell you that, no, it's the Nigerian army. It's all lies. It's this or that. But this guy brags about it most of the time. Here's another clip of this this mofo.
The same Mazi, the same R&D Zog politicians, the same R&D Zog stakeholders who willingly came to Gento privately in a meeting, in delegates. Then it was them now that is calling Gento a terrorist. It was them now that turned against the men on the ground, calling them unknown gunmen. Let me use this opportunity to address the international community and to address the Southeast and to address Southeast people, the Igbo people, that the Biafra Liberation Army is not a terrorist. And there's no way they will be a terrorist. I want to give you a names of the people who sponsored us, who equipped us, who encouraged us in all. Because of political interest, because of political manipulation, they turned against the men on the ground. They turned against the men on the ground because of political interest. The same thing Mazi Nnamdi did in Aronizog. Now, there's a man called Ekele Edimele. Ekele Edimere. And the COC Akorisa. Emenihe Kasimia and the Odumegu Etulu. Naira and Power. These are the people. I want the federal government to investigate them. They are the ones that supported us. They are the ones that encouraged us. They are the ones that even bought some rifles, some weapons for us by then.
I mean, come on, man. You've seen the Igbos in their glory, in their own... that is what they reduced the whole Biafran agitation to. Bunch of thugs with guns who are now doling out and rolling out orders and all of that. And yeah, they are to be praised. Yeah, men on ground. Men on ground doing what? Fighting Fulani terrorists that be fighting army or killing your own people. How do you think the world sees that? Do you really think you are the only person living in your... do you think that everybody is living in that your bubble? And have you asked yourself, how come that the rest of the world continue to demand for the release of Nnamdi Kanu, right? And your Prime Minister, Ekpa, right, got almost abandoned by so many of you, except for a few who traveled to, they said they went to go, they went to see him during his court trial. You probably will go and see him again in prison. Ask Adenika Grand Diot. After all his mouth, all his noise, all his threats, you can't be living in a Western world like this. You know, people that can talk the way Ekpa was behaving, there are people like that, Gentle, Yahoo, all those kind of thugs, those terrorists that lives inside that contraption. They are the ones who can talk like that in a lawless place. How do you live in a Western world? Turn on your camera where you have what is called digital footprint and you are celebrating terrorism. You are celebrating murder. You are celebrating the killings that ordinarily should not even be linked to you at all. Eh? How? Adenika Grand Diot was there in London after whatever happened between himself and his wife. He just lost it. Every day, Igbo this, Igbo that, to the point that he started teaching people how to make homemade bombs to go and bomb Igbo shops. He was on social media. He was asking people to kill them. And all it took was just for somebody to make a report. That's it. And those he thought he was trying to impress, right? They watched him spend that 4 years in jail. Yeah. And right now, he's begging them that they should probably come and sponsor him to go back to Nigeria. They want to kill him here. Nobody wants to kill you. It's always nice to advocate and push and the rest of that. But for where you live, I mean, come on. I won't sit down there now and be like, yeah, yesterday, 15 people, they killed, my people killed so Kiniko people. You want to bring war to your land. The only war fought in that contraption, a genocidal war, was the one that Nigeria initiated in Biafra land, and they were blamed for it. But from a very safe distance, you are mobilizing money. They found out I was sending money to this terrorist. Do you understand? He was sending money to them. Then they went about and said, Nigeria has promised. Who the hell is Simon Ekpa? For real. A terrorist. It's not more than that. I've said it before. I'm saying it again. A terrorist. He's not just glorifying it. It's not just celebrating it. He's funding it. And that's what they found with him. Sending money to a group of people who are harming your own people. But you are telling everybody that they are defending them from the Nigerian soldiers. What the heck is that? You can now grab your phone and boo me. You want to abuse me. Instead of you to be thanking me. Because now you have somewhere to vent out your frustration of your miserable life. Call me any name. Call me any name. Yeah, go on. Eventually, you are going to arrive at what is called the acceptability. Shema accept her. And in 5 years' time, it will be out. And that will be in year 2030. In the earliest. It will never mention anything Biafra again. I promise you that. And it's not because anybody said anybody paid or anybody compromised. No. Because he has been so stupid that he got so carried away that he thought maybe Nnamdi Kanu was just an idiot who didn't know how to do things. Nnamdi Kanu was leading a group called IPOB that has its membership in over 140 countries. So connected, so organized that they have their representatives in every of this country. So somebody that just probably stumbled on this, think he could ride on it and rubbish it. It's caused a sizable amount of damages, so no doubt. But trust me, you will never hear from him again. Now you can tell yourself, Finland cannot do anything, like some of you idiots are bragging on social media. Good enough for you. You will remain that social media keypad warriors. And you'll keep passing, pushing different allegations against everybody. If it makes you feel better, if it helps your lunacy, please go ahead and do it. So right now, the brigade that he said he created, Baba, the second week when he was arrested, they started fighting themselves. Guess what they are fighting for? They are fighting for leadership and control and money. Today, these same idiots that are here pretending to actually be united for terrorist Ekpa, they are not even like, they are not looking themselves in the eyes. Oh, are you with me? If you go to some of their pages, you have Orabu Ese, they call that one Orabu Fulani. That one is supposed to be Simon Ekpa's Secretary of State. Secretary of State. Orabu Ese, or Orabu Fulani. That's what they call her. They are in the same camp less than a year ago. Another one, there's this one that is a boarded, idiot like that. He gets one boarded like that, like somebody that is wearing a kusha. What do they call him? They said that one is the deputy prime minister. So that one said he's the one that's supposed to replace Ekpa. No, in fact, he's saying that he's the one replacing Ekpa. That one is said that no. As a secretary to the government of Biafra, these lunatics actually have people listening to them that believed them. So that's the verdict. Now let's go to something else. And if we still have the remnants of Ekpa's guys here, my friends are with spanners. These are useless people, okay? They are not useful to anybody. About last spanner more as many of them as possible, Lori. Now. Let it start. So I want them to hear this. They've heard it. And we have also heard them too. Director Scott and West is there. They are useless. They are not useful here. Okay? And if you are one of his supporters too that feels so offended, right, just know that it's intentional too. Because it's time for somebody to knock you that knock in your head and bring you back to reality. And if you can't, then you have no use to me. So you can excuse yourself as well, like, Now let's go to something else. There is this police officer, because before I go to politics, so there is this police officer kind of appealing to their fellows in that contraption after seeing videos of some of them caught on camera collecting bribes, right? So he sent out this appeal. Then we're going to go and see Wike.
I feel so bad when I saw our police officers being paraded, that we were caught collecting monies or counting monies. You know, I think it is time we began to tell our officers to always be very, very conscious of their environment. Like I've always said, I'm not against discipline, and I am not in support of corruption. Corruption is bad. Corruption is everywhere in our system. And we are doing everything we can to ensure that we stamp it out. But then, whatever you see the Nigerian policemen doing or getting involved in is just a reflection of what is happening across the country, except we want to deceive ourselves. But then, I want to warn our officers, don't always let people use you as scapegoats. How on earth could you be counting money like that, as if you are in the market? Look, let me tell you now, many Nigerians, I don't want to say all, they are not, it is not all. Many Nigerians do not like you. They vilify you. They said you are corrupt, albeit wrongly, because you are not the only one. Now, you are doing things, you are not helping yourself. You are not helping yourself. Because many of these Nigerians who are vilifying you, who are saying you are corrupt, they do not know your challenges. If they know your challenges, they will pity you. And that is why some of us, we are trying very hard to let people know the challenges that Nigerian policemen are facing. I am quite aware that that vehicle that you took to that point, you were the one that took care of that vehicles, that rickety vehicles. As rickety as it is, you were the one who paid to repair, because most of these vehicles, they are damaged beyond repair. That is for officers, for divisions that even have any vehicles. Some of these vehicles, they are already parked, damaged beyond repairs. The one that Yoruba will say, you will be the one that will pick these vehicles, take it to the mechanic. You will be the one that will go to spare part dealers and put your name down. You will buy on credit. Maybe it is the gear that is bad, or the LED lamp that is bad, or the horns, or steering, or whichever parts. Police officers will be the one that will go to the spare part dealers to buy on credit, on the understanding that they will be paying by installment. I know your challenges, because you were the one that will buy fuel inside that vehicles. So that is not an excuse anyway to be corrupt. But can you help it? Can you help it? The person who sent you there now will not come out to say that he sent you there to go and collect money. Even though by the time you come back, he will definitely ask. He will ask how far. That is the word. I won't say more than that. He will ask how far. But I am saying that you should always be conscious of your environment. We have many organizations. Are you the only one going to the road? There are so many security agencies, both military and paramilitary. Are you saying that it is only policemen now that are involved in these things? But it is only you, always. Why? That is only you. It is time we began to even be cautious, to be respectful. I have seen the situation where a motorist parked without being stopped by policemen and came out and gave policemen money. Private vehicles, commercial vehicles, without being asked. We have officers like that who will only check you and ask you to go. Some officers.
Àmọ́ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ gbé kalẹ̀ yìí ó dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni tí ọpọlọ rẹ̀ yòrò tàbí ẹni tí Ọlọ́run fi síbi aláṣà àwọn ọpọlọ rẹ̀ bí ọpọlọ ikú ó jọ má bẹ́ẹ̀ tọpọlọ rẹ̀ ò tó nǹkan rárá tàbí ètò wà ń bẹ kó má tiẹ̀ wúlò má rárá.
I agree. So the police officer made a video to advise his colleagues to be observant of their environment, meaning as you want to collect the bribe, don't take it in public. There used to be a time, right, in that contraption when police officers had a way of collecting their bribe. And I kind of remember too. They used to have the drivers get down from the bus or the car, walk straight under that tree there, just like a 50 meters away, no, maybe 20 yards away. And they will tell you to go and drop that bribe inside that poly bag, that black plastic bag under the tree, if it's a motorway, like expressway. Or you will see somebody that is selling either bole or agbado, corn, or I don't know, like selling something close by, not far from the roadblock that they are extorting people from. So when you want to pay them the bribe, you will go and give it to that mama that is selling stuff there. So that when you put the money there, the mama will check and tell them that, yeah, and then you can go. But it can't be like, say, people not to they trust themselves. I said the hardship in that contraption skyrocketed or escalated. So the police officers became their own bank. And they they added the extra wallet to their uniforms where they could store money inner and outer. And sometimes they have to count it too. So the police officer is trying to now tell us that, yeah, he understands why they are collecting the money, because they needed the money to fix their car, to fuel it. Are you actually being for real, officer? Eh? Oh, yeah, he is. He's for real. You know, I'm going to leave that. Now let's take a look again at the El-Rufai's interview with Sheung last night, right? He said a lot. However, you're just like nitpicking right now. It's okay, yeah, this, because most of the rest are just like irrelevant. But you see where he categorically called out Tifnumbu's illegitimate regime, and admittedly, he said he is the one that brought this Tifnumbu's hardship and regime on you, and it will be one of those that will also help to get rid of it. However, in the midst of that chat, he sent a kind of like an advice to Amaechi and Peter Obi. You know, both have been, in the recent times, they have been reassuring Nigerians that all they need is just 4 years. They don't have to spend 8. So El-Rufai said that that's not right. And he will advise them to please stop making those promises, because constitutionally, it doesn't make sense. Oh, sorry, constitutionally, it's not right. And every other thing doesn't really make sense. It is your right and blah, blah, blah. So we're going to touch that. He was also asked about his experiment in Kaduna, where he chose to push a Muslim ticket, daring the people of a southern Kaduna. El-Rufai said, well, they would never like him, and they won't like him because he stopped sending their leaders, Christian leaders in southern Kaduna, to Jerusalem or pilgrimage and holidays. That before he came, they used to give them dollars, $10,000, $20,000 to go and spend somewhere abroad. But when he came, he stopped it. So that's why the people of southern Kaduna didn't like him. And he also said that their population is exaggerated. Population of Christians, they are exaggerated. He was their governor. And I tell you, if you let this mofo near power again in that contraption, Tifnumbu and his gang will be learning lesson. Not even with a Wike will be close with this Islamic fanatic or extremist, El-Rufai of Kaduna. Watch this.
Has not really unveiled and unraveled all of his plan that he planned for 4 years. It's a 4-year plan, but it's just halfway done, and you think that this government is a failure. In fact, you call this government evil. Is that fair? Is that a fair statement?
It is fair, and I'm the only person qualified to call it evil because I know evil when I see it.
So this
because
government is evil?
It is.
How? In what way?
30 million people
evil
thrown,
is an extreme word to use.
30 million people thrown into poverty. 30 million people thrown into poverty. Look, you know, I met someone, an elder statesman, that told me that the first time he came in close association with the government was 1959, when he was a polling clerk during the census, during the 1959 elections. And he said, since then, I have seen governments, I've been part of some governments. And as far as I know, every government in Nigeria comes with the right intention to make the country better. He said, except this one. This is the only government that came from day one only to make money for itself and its own cronies. This is cronyism of the highest order. He said, this is here. This old man, he is in his 80s, said, I have never seen anything like this. There is not even a pretense of good intention. This is his assessment. He's 80-something years old, not mine. But the results are on the ground. And we are free to assess our government even 2 weeks after by its policies. We are free to do so. We are the voters. We are the judge.
Madam, give me the moment again. Are those who are being the judge and those who will blame?
Now, on the question of people coming out and say, I will do one term, I don't think anyone believes that. I don't think it is right. You should not constitutionally give up what is yours. And frankly, as someone that has been governor for 8 years, and Amaechi and Peter Obi have both been governors, they know the time it takes to make meaningful change in government. 4 years is not enough. So I want to appeal to everyone to stop making these commitments of I will do 4 years or I will do 8 years, because nobody believes you. You will go.
As not really.
When I don't hear, that's El-Rufai, Kaduna, Little Finger, or Kaduna Little Hitler, but not anymore though, you know. So from the beginning of that statement, El-Rufai said, Tinubu's policies have shown that even if you give him 8 years, it will still fail. So he's judging Tinubu's government by policies. But at the end of that clip, he said, it is pretty much like it's not ideal for you to be telling people that you will spend 4 years, because 4 years is not enough to make a meaningful changes. Onofunuga and the rest of them inside their ass or rock, they have cut out that part. And they are now saying, hey, see who? The man that said that Tinubu has failed in 2 years, he said 4 years is not even enough. That is one. Another one is response to the marginalization of the people of southern Kaduna and the Christians in Kaduna in general. Someone was asking about their population. In a condescending way, El-Rufai said, no, 25% now, far less from them. And those who are from southern Kaduna who have heard different kind of like, the meaning comments, the grading comments from El-Rufai when he was their governor, they probably will be having PTSD now. Like, oh, this guy. Don't get this guy close to any power. People are saying it. Listen to this. Even 2.5 years after leaving power, his countenance, his entire facial and facial expression, body language tells you right? That everything they accused him of when he was their governor, everything they accused him of in Southern Kaduna is probably true. You watch this.
There's a section of the Southern Kaduna people who have a feeling that there is hard approach of yours to things which which gives them a feeling that maybe Nasser El-Rufai hates Southern Kaduna people. They can, what do you say to them?
Yeah, they can think what they think. Sheun, I don't tolerate nonsense. Governance is not a joke. When you are governing 10 million people as I did in Kaduna, you must not discriminate between A and B. Nobody can blackmail me that because he's a Christian, the law doesn't apply to him. Okay? There are people in Southern Kaduna that feel entitled to behave in a certain way, and I didn't take it. I dealt with them. Just as the IMN, Al-Zakzaki's people who thought that they could do anything they want and get away with it, we dealt with them. Al-Zakzaki people are Muslims like me, but I didn't take any nonsense from them. Go and ask them. They consider me an enemy.
How do you then explain to those who think that you are a fundamentalist?
I don't care. The people that think I'm a fundamentalist don't know me. They have never met me. They have formed their opinion. And frankly, Sheun, the reason why my enemies are very vehement at hating me is because I don't care what they think. It's the way I am. I'm very comfortable with who I am and what I am. And I don't care what you think. You know me. Those that worked with me know me. Some of the closest people I worked with in the government I empowered are from Southern Kaduna. They know that this is not true. But there are people, there are some entitled Southern Kaduna Christian leaders who are used to getting money every month from the government. $20,000 who are being used to giving $20,000 to go for medical checkup every year. I stopped it. I stopped funding pilgrimage, just as I stopped many other things that are waste of government resources. I will not be popular.
But how do you explain the balance of power when you as a government, and you know the quantum of the Christian community or Christian people in Kaduna State, and those who feel that you never cared, and that's why you had that hearing when you were governor?
No.
Do you regret any of those decisions?
Listen to me. Listen. What do you think is the quantum of the Christian population in Kaduna State?
You think they are insignificant?
No. What do you think? No, I ask you. What percentage?
I imagine maybe 30 or 25% of.
They are not up to that. Okay. So if they are not up to that, why should they feel entitled to 50% of positions in the government? Southern Kaduna, the 8 local governments of Southern Kaduna accounted for over 60% of the civil service when I was there. So who is talking about marginalization? But for Southern Kaduna leaders to send a delegation to me after assuming as governor and announcing my cabinet to say that they have been shortchanged because they got only 25% or 30% of the positions because they are used to 50%. And I said, okay, on what basis? On the basis of what? PDP was rigging in Southern Kaduna. They were writing results to overturn the elections of the majority in Northern Kaduna. So they will give you 50%. I didn't rig my election, I won. There are 3 senatorial districts. We made appointments on the basis of equality of senatorial districts. But this is the feeling of entitlement that I faced. And it had to be wiped out. I had to bring everyone down to the level of reality. I'm not going to encourage self-entitlement or using violence to negotiate.
Did you support the Muslim ticket in your party in 2023 too?
I did.
And you think it's okay?
It was a political strategy. It was a strategy to win the election. It was not a religious strategy. It was a strategy to win the election.
And it worked?
Clearly. Look, Sean, when you are contesting elections, you look at every variable, look at every index, you look at every criterion that will help you win. Okay? That is what people do. It has nothing to do with religion.
Even if those tendencies seem to affect the fabric of our nation, or what makes...
Listen to me, Sean. So long as we continue to speculate on this, we will not solve them. We have...
The section of the South...
That's all I wanted you to see and hear. Yeah? El-Rufai, the Kaduna little finger, among other things that he also said yesterday. Here, though, he came back to say there is no room for any repentant terrorist. The only repentant terrorist is a dead terrorist. Coming from the man that went from Kaduna to all over the West Africa and beyond, in calling back the murderous Fulani terrorists to come back to Nigeria. He paid them and he called it compensation for peace. And since then, the Southern Kaduna people especially have known no peace. Now, the same guy is saying that Tinubu's regime is actually paying terrorists in Nigeria, Sha. They said the office of Ribadumb is responsible for paying terrorists in Nigeria. All those rehabilitated terrorists and all of that, guys, they're actually expending billions from the office of the NSA. Terrorists are being paid. I didn't say that. I prefer that they should not be pampered but killed. The irony.
Chiefs that served in Kaduna under my watch. One of them is still alive. Farouk Yahya was chief of army staff. He was GOC in Kaduna. I saw him yesterday at a wedding. You can call him, bring him to this program and ask him what we did. What I will not do, okay, is to pay bandits, give them monthly allowance, or send food to them in the name of non-kinetic. It's nonsense. We are empowering bandits.
Is that what is going on?
It's not the government of Kaduna State. It's a national policy driven by the Office of National Security Advisor, and Kaduna is part of it. Many states are objecting to that, but that is the policy now. Chase the bandits. That's the new policy. My position has always been the only repentant bandit is a dead one. Let's kill them all. Let's wipe them. Let's bomb them until they are reduced to nothing. And then the 5% that still want to be rehabilitated can be rehabilitated. You do not negotiate from a position of weakness. You don't empower your enemy. You don't give him money to go and buy more sophisticated weapons. That's why the insecurity problem has not gone away and will not go away as long as this policy continues. They can deceive, they can cover up, they can do propaganda, but those that live in Katsina, those that live in Zamfara, those that live in Kaduna, those that live in those states, they know what is happening. Chiefs.
El-Rufai, Kaduna little finger. Very long. The terrorists should not be spared, should not be pardoned, and, of course, should not be rewarded. So Nigeria is actually paying terrorists. I want to believe him, but I don't have to believe him, because I am aware too. Just not this way. The fact that Nigeria, under this APC, Egbekegbe, continues to celebrate the terrorists, and they call it, the repentant terrorists, the ones that they are spending tens of billions of your money in rehabilitating, while their victims continue to languish in different makeshift camps called IDP camps, refugee camps. I was reading something earlier this morning, and they said that the internally displaced people in Benue, in one of the IDP camps in Benue, they are now begging the government to do something about snake bites, because people in that camp, children and elderly and others, they have, have the report of snake bites. Now, snakes were kind of like taking over the camp. Their killers get billions and media coverage. Right. Wike has called his media chat again, as usual. I mean, we've been expecting it, haven't we? Remember that a lot happened in the last 2 or 3 weeks that we were expecting with the Wike's reactions. For example, when PDP said they've zoned their 2025 National Convention to Ibadan so that they could elect their leadership, get themselves ready for 2027. We didn't hear from Wike. Then PDP met again in Zamfara, the PDP governors and others, to ratify that decision of having their conference in Ibadan. And they warned Wike, don't try anything stupid, though. You better behave yourself. We are not going. Yeah, we didn't hear from Wike. Then PDP also went on to announce the zoning of their presidential ticket to the southern part of Nigeria. I was like, Chad, won't we hear from Wike? We have heard from him right now. His first message about the zoning right now is to remind the PDP that, well, you've done well. One, he is not going to contest. He's going to work for Tifnumbu. But still, he will advise the PDP to make sure that they don't bring back Obio. He's been hearing that they want to bring back Peter Obi, and they shouldn't try it. Because right now, Atiku has declared that he's going to contest under ADC. Amaechi has declared that he's going to run under ADC. It is only Obi that is yet to tell his supporters where he's going to run. Now, Wike is hearing that PDP is trying to, maybe there no triumph in his own words.
One term. And he said that he's willing to do one term. And everyone knows that when he left the PDP and went to the Labour Party, he was able to get over 6 million votes. Are we going to dismiss what he was able to get in the last election?
The problem I have, okay, give him the 6 million votes back. Bash him the 6 million votes. All those who voted for him before will continue to vote for him. You don't understand the dynamics. Oh, what happened in 2023 will not be the same. Let me finish. Let me finish. And I don't know where you get. See, this era of your social media, we know the influence of social media, what happened before and this and that. Which party will you going to run? Tell me now. Is it Labour? No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you. Tell me where you will get 6 million votes. Under PDP or under Labour Party?
There's a plan for him not to get any political party for him.
That's not what I'm saying.
It's a question.
No, you know better. Because if you are running, people should now know the party that you are running. Which platform are you running? Is it not correct? Was it December he mentioned? I think I said he's going to run in ADC. Amaechi has said he's going to run in ADC. He had not said where he would run. Why are you keeping your supporters guessing? Are you trying to say that? Well, I'm trying to find which party.
So you
now,
let him come to the PDP?
What am I coming to PDP? So his own is anywhere he goes, he can go to anywhere. When he's not able, he goes there. Then when we are free working, he comes. He's a saint, eh? Nobody in PDP. Now you said there was something you said. You asked the question about. Okay, let me just make it clear. If El-Rufai, look, it is very clear. First of all, I like El-Rufai to look. Stop saying that you run for 4 years. It's not correct. And I don't want people to be deceived. Circumstances will change. How do you see that here somebody, a president tells you, I will run for 4 years? Then you just say, yes, I believe him. I mean, who are you trying to? I mean, El-Rufai said it. Please stop this now. You are not being fair. You are doing ourselves. I mean, how can you say that? You think that we are not Nigerians? And he said it clearly. That is not correct. Don't tell Nigerians such a story. When you get there, you not find out whether you run for even second or third.
So we're a Wike. We can't work. Everybody will now do the work and they will come there. Is he a saint? Like, you will just come here and they'll come and take it and take the ticket. They shouldn't do it. Then, it's also a response to El-Rufai that said that if Tinubu will come third. Where the Wike said that, asked that who is now going to come first and second. Mr. El-Rufai, he actually called him his friend, though.
And he couldn't figure out the pathway for Bola Tinubu's presidency in 2027. him winning the 2027 election, that there might be a runoff election, and in that runoff, that Bola Tinubu definitely will not be first or second, that is going to become distant third.
Okay. So you want to find out. You see, El-Rufai is my friend, but he failed in his mathematics. He goofed. He would have completed it. I'm telling us, since I know Tinubu will come third, he also provided who will be first and second. You see how he failed the mathematics level. How did he arrive at who would be third? Then he will not arrive who will be first and second. He knows.
That is projecting the agency has come.
No, he should have come out to tell us. You see, one thing I like about El-Rufai is that he speaks his mind. But sometimes speaking your mind, say the one that is correct. In this one, I'll put a bet if he agrees. If Tinubu does not win this election squarely, I'll put a bet. You see, I watched him, he said they should go and ask Jonathan. No two persons are the same. No two persons are the same. The mere fact you were able to survive that, succeed in that, does not mean you can do that. We are also here too. So as I'm sitting down here, do I look at somebody that you come and win River State? It's not possible. Which runoff? With who? Which runoff with who? Let me tell you. You see, what you have is complain. They just did by-elections. Hold on, you asked a question. They just did by-elections. What happened? Complain. You see, we are used to complaining. I have told you, I don't like excuses. What I cannot do, what I cannot achieve, I will tell you, this is not possible. It's not possible. People are just, you see, people are accusing.
Wike is trying to control what he's going to say that he can't take back. So he struggled with his words there to say, but we are also here. If you are looking at these guys that they can do this, they can do that, and all of that stuff, fine. But what about us? Then he went on to say, he will always win River State. Kind of. Now, that River State, you know, they just added their own, with the weakest version of local government election, and PDP won 20 local government areas, while PDP won 3. So his friends, his journalist friend, they asked him, listen, are you going to leave PDP now that, you know, APC seems to, Now you need to listen to his response. This one is longer, right? I'll be back. Mind you, have you liked this broadcast? Because I expected Simon Ekpa's, supporters to have taken back their likes or never even dropped it at all. If you are from Maiyegun, like the broadcast, watch this as well.
And we're talking about controversy. What is the controversy? Somebody from the South?
Now, Your Excellency, the election people are talking about.
Yes.
Is Wike, a PDP member, happy that APC won 20 local government chairmanship positions in Rivers State?
Yes.
Did you campaign for PDP?
Including your own. Hold on. So Wike is very popular today.
Where are you?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Wike is popular today. Is it not the same people I hear in Arise, I hear in the AIT, I hear in the channel that look, we cannot say he is going to determine what happens or not. He can only determine in his own local government. I have determined now in my own local government. I'm a member of PDP. I won in my local government.
And the people who won in the APC, and the people who won in the APC,
the case of Wike defeating. No. You see, you blow hot and cold. You said, look.
the way you are handling things at the moment, because you speak that you are a PDP member still, but every other action you take is in support of the APC.
What kind of action did I take? What
you said now that you delivered the local government this election, and you delivered it to the APC.
No, it's not correct. You see the problem we have? No, hold on. Nigerians should know. See where your mind said. I said, my local government. No. I'm on live program. I never said here that my local government is a. I never said so. I said, your media house, all of you, you always say, we take influence what happens in other local government. He can only influence what happens in his own local government. That the people in those governments are those to choose where to go to. And I have agreed to that. And I have influenced, campaigned for my people, vote for PDP. And my people have voted for PDP in my local government. Now you're angry that APC won. No, listen. You're angry that APC won in the local government, which means why did I not extend the influence I didn't have?
Your Excellency, are you comfortable? Are you happy? Are you happy with the results of these elections? 20 local government councils, a clean sweep by the All Progressives Congress, and just 20 local government councils by the PDP. Many times on this platform, three by the PDP. A lot of times on this platform, in the media chat, you have said that you will work for the re-election of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu ahead of 2027. Is this a preview of what is yet to come in the 2027 general election?
Now, can I tell you, the local government that is telling me who wins what in the state is my local government. Okay. It's Politico local government. And local government. And won by PDP.
Are you insinuating
listen.
that what occurred in River State over the weekend on today is what we are going to see in 2027? That is my question.
Mind you should know that every election has its own perspective. Look at it. 2, you should know what is happening. Are people happy with what is happening in PDP? The PDP contest in those local governments.
Where APC contested?
Yeah, did they contest?
The last, sorry, please.
It's not correct. Go and get your facts. People are, you see, that's why when you want to say something.
Your Excellency.
No,
the last time I raised this issue, the last time I raised this issue of a collaboration between the APC and the PDP.
Let me educate you people. Because you have refused to go and do your research. Even what you said, the ADD, see what you said. You don't even have the facts.
Well, not in all the local.
No. It's not about saying. If I were you, what you should have done was to go to research. Can I have parties who are participating?
But you will not allow us to do that.
No. I don't.
Okay, do you want me to give you the facts now of the research?
No, you can't give me. Can I? You see the public. Excuse me. Okay. This is for us. For me to educate the public.
All right.
It's not for you to educate the public.
Okay.
So don't be taking my time before you go on the advert and this and that. So let me tell the public. I thought that you should have written to research. Can we have parties that are contesting the election? What are their candidates' names in the local, in the various local governments? It's not every party that can say we see their candidates in Obiabo or in Port Harcourt or in Obwebaba or in Obama. No. So you don't expect to win where you do not fit candidates. And what I was thinking, for the first time in the history of this country, is during here gunshots. For the first time in the history of this country, is during here hijacking of materials. And for the first time in the history of this country, no political party has come out to say, look, we don't believe in this kind of election.
Do they have the strength to do that?
What is my business about strength now?
Democracy, 20 local government to the APC.
Yes.
I think at the heart of what I was trying to get at
was
that you have often, repeatedly said you will work to return, just like you said, President.
And we are talking.
So he doesn't really have to answer them. Straight answer or so. It is all just for the performative. It's with a Wike's show. But at some point, he let it out by saying APC is a threat in Rivers State. A very, very pedestrian statement. No, they are not. You are with a Wike.
I have a problem as a member of PDP. You know why? What is going on now? I've never seen the level of empowerment of any state than Rivers State in terms of political appointment. It's a problem for me as a member of PDP. Since the history of Rivers State, be it military or civilian, we have never had that kind of political appointments at the federal level. Never. So it's a threat. Listen. When you are preaching, the people will ask you, what are you preaching? See, sir. Bodo, Bonny Road. They're almost completed. So what are you trying to tell us? Sir, look at the enemy area. That is where you have the refinery. It's almost completed. So you have to be careful.
So the APC is threatening you in River State?
It's a threat.
To you?
Yes, it's a threat.
Supporting the APC?
No, listen, no. You have to face reality. You have to face reality. Whether PDP likes it or not, they had the opportunity. The only thing that's going for me now, and that's why I won my local government, is because my people believe and still have that faith in me.
I'm move past you. You know I'm more rich me guy. I swear to God. That talk I'm move past you. I'm move past you again. I'm move past you. Ask anybody. See, you go argue this thing, but I swear to God I'm move past you. You don't see where they move before. Me again. I'm move past you. I'm move past you. You know I'm more rich me guy.
With a Wike's show. And lastly, it was announced earlier that Rago of Niger or Niger. Why do I like to call Niger Republic? I mean, Niger State Niger. I don't know. It's just right. But just call him Rago of Mina. Was announced to have, dissolved his own cabinet. This is government, his appointees. Let them go, and he gave the reason.
This is a midterm review of our performance. And if you know very well, these people were appointed by me, and I've decided, in the interest of every other person, to reject the cabinet, to dissolve them. Some may be reappointed, some will be treated to other portfolios. New people, fresh energy, fresh blood will be brought into the system.
Have you got anything to do with their performance so far?
Some have
with their performance.
No, some we have done. They have their KPIs. Some have exceeded their KPIs. Some have not. And some have also. We have found out that they have other strengths in other fields. And this government is too large. It's large, and we can deploy people to different portfolios. So being a commissioner, an advisor, or the general doesn't really matter. We can treat it. Even a permanent secretary, can turn out to be a commissioner, and commissioner can be a permanent secretary. Just to treat it, to put people in the right track, so that what we have set out for New Niger will achieve. So far, so all of them, it's a validation we had, and we are all grateful for their contribution. What we have done cannot be allocated to me; it's a collective responsibility. But as a whole, yes. But individually, some have weaknesses.
Can you tell us some of the ministries you think they could have done better? You think they could have performed better?
Don't worry, you'll get it when I do.
Rago of Mina. On that note, now I'm going to take my bow and call it. Thanks for your time and your attention to the matter. Enjoy the rest of your morning, noon, that is a breaky, your lunch, or maybe right now you are almost like at night. If you have a chance of joining me again later today, please don't hesitate. I will see you later. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook lórí YouTube. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun diary Politico. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun diary Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀. Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe, ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran. Kì máa yí ṣeré, ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣeré. bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣà ìtú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́run ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà àìsíwọ̀lú ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ túnra kì o ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.